welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kayla here. Welcome if you're new. In today's video, you guys, I'm super excited because we're going to be doing a DIY furniture flip or flop. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I'm renovating my 1950s fixer-upper bathroom from top to bottom, giving it a complete transformation, and we're currently in the process of doing that now. But as I was going along, I started taking a second look at the vanity and I was like, this vanity is kind of cute. I could potentially save a whole bunch of money by flipping it and not having to buy a brand new one. So today we're gonna see if that actually works out and I can give the vanity a complete makeover and possibly save some money too. So stay tuned if you wanna see that whole transformation. Before we get started with today's DIY project, I am gonna begin by first feeding little Marshy back there a healthy and hearty breakfast. So I'm really excited to be partnering with the Farmer's Dog today, y'all. The Farmer's Dog makes it super easy to give Marshmallow fresh meals every single day, and these meals are delivered straight to my doorstep, so that makes it super duper convenient. You can literally see and smell the fresh and real food inside of these packages, you guys. It's absolutely amazing. Marshmallow's never experienced food like this, and when I first fed this to her, the excitement, I mean, she was over the moon. I've never seen her chomp down on her food like how she has with the Farmer's Dog. So since switching to the Farmer's Dog, Marshmallow's just way more excited about her feeding times, and I feel good knowing that I am giving her really healthy ingredients and fresh food every single day. It's totally a win-win for both of us. I think, and I'm sure you guys will believe this too, that it is just worth the investment in your dog's long-term health to feed them fresher food every single day versus more of that processed food and things like that. You guys, I really love the Farmer's Dog, and clearly Marshmallow does too. So if you want to try it for your pup or for your dog, you can click on that link down there in the description box, and that will give you 50% off your very first order with the Farmer's Dog. Y'all go ahead and click on that link down there, check it out, let me know what you think, what your puppy or your dog thinks, and I'm really excited to hear how y'all like it. So now that Marshmallow has eaten her food, she's all good, she's all squared away, we are gonna go ahead and begin that furniture flip or flop. Hey friends, Kayla here, and like I've already said, I'm super excited today to be transforming this piece. As y'all can see, it's kind of beat up, it needs tons of love, very dirty. This piece is actually original to my 1950s fixer-upper. It's 58 inches long and it has tons of storage, which I'm really excited about. These drawers are very deep, not so much wide, but there's a ton you could put in here. As you can see, they just needed to be cleaned up and polished. So my whole design for this piece right here is just to restore it to this beautiful natural wood tone that you can see on that side. That side was not exposed, so it never had been painted, and once I saw that, I knew that this wood could be polished up and cleaned up to look really, really beautiful. So that's the look that we're going for today. It's going to require a lot of cleaning, a lot of stripping, a lot of sanding, so let's go ahead and begin cleaning first. I'm using my vacuum just to get out a lot of that dust that got on there from when we were tearing out the towels in the bathroom, and just dust that probably had been there for years and years, honestly. And so once the cleaning is all done, we're going to begin taking off the handles, which I have plans to restore those later, so make sure you stay tuned. And then we are going to begin stripping this baby. It was super awkward getting the handles off of these at first because I could not get the drawers out of here. Somehow they were locked. So I called Marcus out to help me, and apparently for anyone who has like an old drawer or dresser system like this, there are two little latches on the side. You have to push down on both and then the drawers will just slide right on out. So that's a quick tip for anybody who might have a similar antique piece of furniture that you're looking to restore as well.
I never lost it. I never lost it.
So now we're going ahead and flipping over the vanity so that it'll just be easier for me to sand and strip and do what I gotta do. And I'm cleaning underneath the underside because there were a lot of spider webs under there. And before we begin stripping, I do want to mention that I used 1 part water, a little bit of vinegar, and then a little bit of Dawn dish soap to create a solution to clean this thing off. And once I did all of that and everything was vacuumed and cleaned, it's time to begin stripping. I want to go ahead and say right now, y'all, that I have never done this before. Your girl did not know what she was doing. I did, however, watch a few YouTube videos before taking on this task, and I'll have those linked below. And so I'm using Sutri Grip paint stripper. And from the videos I saw, you apply a thick layer, and I tried to do this thick, but I think I could have done it thicker, y'all, because later on you'll see I ended up doing 2 coats of this stripping gel. So I put that on, and then you're supposed to wrap it with saran wrap or plastic wrap so that the solution can really just stay moist, and it also can penetrate a lot faster, making the paint come up a lot quicker. So you can see I'm using that saran wrap right now. If I am doing anything wrong, y'all, please be kind. This is my first time, like I said, and I will say that even though this project was super duper time consuming, I mean, it took a lot longer than I ever thought it would. I had a lot of fun with this. You know, I had my tablet out there. I was listening to a couple YouTube videos, catching up on some things. But one tip I will give for anyone who does want to do this, use a very thick coat. Even if you think you're doing it thick, add more. In fact, grab 2 bottles of this and lay it on thick, because I really think that'll save you time in the long run.
Make them dictate my life. So baby, if you get issues, yeah, don't you take them out of me. Honey, I think we lost the toe. Watch.
Also, please wear gloves, y'all. My hands really went through it after not wearing gloves, applying this stuff. So don't be like me, wear your gloves.
So goodbye, my love. Already found someone that I'm thinking of, and I lose.
Okay guys, so I'm back in the house now, as you can see, and what I'm working on right now is trying to restore like all of the original hardware, because it's so pretty, and like I love the brass of this. It matches the faucet that we're gonna be using. Well, I think if we lift it, like we can get it to match. So but some of them look a little bit worse than others. So what I'm thinking I'm gonna do, I just put some hot water on the stove. I put all of these, so I'm putting them all into these containers, and I'm gonna fill it up with dish soap and maybe a little vinegar, and just see what it does. Hopefully they get a little bit cleaner. And then the same thing for these as well. Like some of these are pretty rusty, and they look kind of cool like this too, but if I can shine them up a little bit better, like that'll be even, you know, that'll be most ideal. But if you guys have any tips and tricks for like how to get your hardware looking cute, let me know down in the comments. We'll see if my process works, because right now I have no idea if it will.
Walking away, baby, lost your tongue somewhere, don't know what to say. Stop and run around, oh, you act like a kid. I am not your mama, just admit what you did. I got enough to do than hang around and wait for you to grow up and be responsible.
Alright y'all, so an hour had gone by and I was testing to see if it was time to pull up the saran wrap and begin peeling off all the paint and scraping it off and whatnot. The can actually recommends on the Citrus Grip that you leave it on for 30 minutes. So with it staying on here for an hour, I was expecting for a lot more of it to come off than it did, and it recommends it on the back. And the other ladies I saw do this, they use plastic scrapers and that's what they recommended as well. So I tried my hand with that, y'all, but as you can see, the paint just wasn't coming up good enough for me. I was expecting like some different results. So I grabbed my metal scraper and that ended up working out a lot better for me. So I will say, if you do decide to use a metal scraper, be very gentle to make sure you're not like poking the wood or, you know, leaving scratches on the wood. That's super important, but it just really helped me out so much. So do what's best for you. But despite using the metal scraper, I quickly realized that I would need to use or do 2 coats of the Citrus Strip paint stripper because I really wanted as much paint as possible to come off before I had to go in and sand. So I decided to go ahead and after scraping everything once, I applied another layer of Citrus Strip, which you can see that I'm doing right now, and then I covered it again with the saran wrap, and then I waited another hour. And I will say that the results doing it that way were a lot better, but like I mentioned in the beginning, if you want to just do a 1 coat and be done, apply a thick layer. So this time I applied it super duper thick. As you can see, it's like dripping and falling off the drawers, and it ended up working. And so I tested out this theory on that first drawer, like whether or not using like the mineral spirits and the Brillo pads would work to clean up the Citrus Strip gel and all like the extra paint and stuff, and it did. So once you've scraped as much as you can off, use the mineral spirits and like a Brillo pad or another like wire brush to help you get off the mineral spirits and extra paint, and that worked out really, really well.
I've been thinking about you day and night, ever since I saw you with your deep blue eyes. There was something that I just couldn't deny. Something starts to burst in my chest deep inside. Why do love like this hurt? Oh my God.
Okay y'all, so now that I went ahead and I applied those 2 coats of the stripper, I cleaned everything off with the mineral wax, it was finally time to begin sanding, and I was super duper excited about this step because the wood was looking great. Like the tone of it was looking so pretty and light, just how I wanted it to be, so I knew sanding would make it even better. I started off with the 220, but it wasn't getting any of that extra paint off like on the sides and stuff, so I ended up going down to 180, and that was just a whole lot better at smoothing everything out, but also strong enough to get off any of that extra paint. Once the sanding was done, it was time for me to decide how I wanted to protect or stain my new bathroom vanity. So I used a poly, and then I also tested out like a natural wood stain. I love the natural wood stain because I have used it in my entire home. So that first coat I did was just of the natural color, and then the second sample that I'm doing now was just the poly. So I let those dry overnight to see which one would be the winner, but y'all let me know down in the comments which one you like better, natural or just the clear poly. Alright y'all, so it has been 24 hours later, and you can see like how murky the water is. This one isn't really that bad, but they've been sitting here for that long, and I think it's time to go ahead and scrub these bad boys off. Let me give y'all a view from the bottom though. Oh my gosh, it's so gross. I hope you guys can see like all the particles and stuff in there. It is, ooh, just terrible. Let's see if this one has a lot of particles on the bottom. This one, it's not too bad. I was hoping that the handles, like the parts that are like that color, would lighten up a little bit more, but maybe because that one was out of the water. Anyways, I'm not excited to take these off, like the plastic wrap, because I think it's gonna smell really bad. So I'm going to light a candle first before I get started with this. And I wish I had some like rubber gloves or something to, ugh, don't want my hands to smell like vinegar. So let me just pull the band-aid off. It actually doesn't smell that bad. Alright y'all, so I ended up letting the stain and poly rest overnight before making my decision. Remember, on the left is like the natural stain, and then next to that is the poly, and we ended up going along with that. Honestly y'all, I really just wanted to leave this cabinet the way it is because it just looks so pretty, but you know, the poly just offers another layer of protection with this piece being in the bathroom. Marcus and I just thought that would be like the best decision, and it only made it a little bit darker, so we were totally okay with that, and that's what we ended up doing. And now it was time to give those handles just a little bit more love and TLC. Unfortunately, y'all, after all the cleaning that I did the night before, the handles just didn't polish up as nicely as I would have liked them to. So I did some research online, and also my mom told me about this product called Rub and Buff, which there are a lot of different like metal finishes you can use on a lot of different things. But if I was able to get the original color to show through, it would have matched so perfectly, y'all, but it kept getting ashy, so I had no choice but to use this product, and I used it in the color Antique Gold. It was a little bit too like coppery actually. I wish they had a different color because I really do enjoy the product, but I ended up scrubbing a little bit of the Rub and Buff away just to give it a more distressed look, so you can kind of see what they look like, the before and then the after. And I actually think it made a pretty close match. Y'all let me know what you think down in the comments, or if you know another way that I possibly could have like shined up these beautiful handles. Alright guys, now it's time for the final reveal. It's you. There is no greater meaning. Nobody does the things you do. It's true. How we get lost in each other. Everything. Okay y'all, so we added like a faux countertop just to get like the feel of what it could be. This is actually for our laundry room, but I love it. I think it's so cute. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. My only critique is that these two drawers, which you guys probably can't tell right now, they are a lot darker than the rest of it. Right now in this light, this drawer looks darker, but it's really not. Or maybe it kind of is, y'all, but nothing's like the same tone. But I guess that's okay, it all works together. Let me know though if you guys would be interested in me trying to see if I could bleach this piece with just regular bleach to make it a lot lighter and then re-stain it. So that is the end of today's video, that DIY furniture flip or flop. Y'all let me know down in the comments whether I did that, it was a flip or it was a flop. Also, if you have any better techniques for me to use next time, because I want to like start doing this a little bit more. I really enjoyed it, like flipping furniture. Just let me know down in the comments if you're interested in seeing that. I mean, it's a journey and we're on it together. So anyways guys, like the video if you haven't already, comment down below, and then also subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video on Sunday. Bye guys.
The things you do.